plays of the week. And we mentioned we have 6 different selections. So let's waste no more time and begin with Derry area. As to snap the losing skid, the Trojans needed a Herculean effort from Ahmad Ward, and he delivered in all of their touchdowns. His finest moment came on defense, though. He produced an interception that shifted the game entirely in Derry's favor, as highlighted by John Flickinger and Bob Lisinski.
Is in the backfield. Fake the Smith, pass toward the end zone, intercepted! It's Ahmad Ward, and he's going to return it. And here he comes down the sideline. And there he goes! 50! Down the sideline. Gets a block from Robinson to the house! 100 yards plus Ahmad Ward! Touchdown, Trojans!
Yeah, Ward just stepped right in front of that. You can see right when DePasquale threw that ball, the Ward was just standing there waiting. And made a nice catch, and down the sideline he went.
They were saying up in the press box that was a Derry record. I don't know. I feel like if it would happen 25 years from now, someone returns one for 100 yards, they'd probably say the same thing. But I guess he tied a Derry record probably somewhere in there. But that was a heck of interception. And then he got the return. He got a block from Robinson there at the end. And Trojans break the streak.
Yeah, he showed a pretty significant burst of speed, not only on that play, but a couple of his touchdowns in that game, finding certainly a different gear. And they needed it because the next play of the week comes courtesy of Greensburg-Salem. And it was the Golden Lions who came up short of completing a second-half comeback, but Julian Stevens provided another highlight grab as he hauled in a long touchdown for the second week in a row to make it a one-score game in the fourth, as called once again by John and Bob.
DePasquale does come back into the game here. So he just needed one play off, and he's back, and he throws the long ball for Stevens. He's got it for the touchdown. Julian Stevens.
Number 15, and the pass was passed to the end zone is caught by number 3.
Gets the one-on-one, has the height advantage, and he goes over Robinson, who had good coverage to make the catch, and DePasquale just throws it up to him, Coach. We talked about this at the outset.
Yeah, it was a nice throw by DePasquale. He had pressure right in his face, and here we take a look at a replay. You know, watch, he has somebody coming right in his face, and he threw it up there, and I mentioned
that was Horwath, not Robinson. 27 was down there.
Yeah, that play certainly made things interesting. And I thought Derry did a pretty good job against Julian Stevens, not allowing him to be a major factor in the game, but he's too good. You know he's going to be able to be somewhat of a factor in the game, at least make a play or two. And now with the starting quarterback for Greensburg-Salem coming back this week in Chismar, I would imagine that his touches will go up even more than they already are.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that even if you're stride for stride and in good position defensively, you still feel like he's going to find a way to make a catch. Yep. He was not wide open there, but he has great size and obviously has that knack for coming down with sort of a 50-50 type.
Throw the ball up to him.
Yeah, we've seen him do it 2 weeks in a row now, so why stop? We continue plays of the week with Mount Pleasant area as the Vikings passing attack was paramount in their win at York. Colt Chatfield and Lucas Nicotera hooked up for touchdowns twice in less than a minute in the second quarter. It was the second one of those scores in which Nicotera showed his ability in the open field, giving the Vikings a 14-0 lead, as commentated by myself and John Bainbridge. Now Chatfield and crew trying to tack on to the 7-0 lead. Officially, the 25 is where the drive begins in Cougars territory. Pass is caught. Nicotera again, and he will get into the end zone on a 25-yard score. First the catch, then the move in the open field. And on back-to-back offensive plays, it's Chatfield to Nicotera.
Nicotera really showed some quickness and little wiggle out there after he caught the ball. But that's sudden change offense. Score on the first play. Take advantage of the turnover.
24 seconds apart for the Vikings touchdowns.
Big time game for Cole Chatfield. Really nice grab there by Nicotera, but you look at Mount Pleasant, you always think of running the football, but Chatfield's a pretty good throwing quarterback, and Sean, you saw it obviously firsthand on Friday. Nice to see that they can use that weapon if they need to at Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to work every week as well as it did against the Cougars, but even in the first quarter when they didn't score, Mount Pleasant was getting receivers open, and Chatfield was putting the ball where he needed to. Now, they had a touchdown called back by penalty. That would have been a long grab. I think it was Nicotera who actually had that one, but Yeah, they 3 passing touchdowns for him. Chatfield looked very good. And again, it wasn't just Nicotera. Whoever they were designing plays for in the passing game, they were getting open. So I think that will be a real strength, much more than we have seen at least in the past half decade or so for the Vikings. We'll continue plays of the week with Greta Latrobe, as it feels like the Wildcats have a dangerous kick returner just about every year for the past decade, and it's Jaton Williams this time who fits the bill. He immediately answered a Franklin Regional touchdown with the house call on the ensuing kick, pulling the Cats even in the second quarter, with Jonathan Whaley painting the picture.
Here's Joey's kickoff. 2 of them have been non-returnable. This one will be caught at about the 2 on the near side. Crosses the 10 to the 20-yard line. Gets through the 20, down to the 40, to the 50, 40, down to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 98-yard touchdown. He comes up limping by Jaton Williams. He's their version of Mr. Electricity. He caught it at the 2-yard line. Did Jaton Williams. He broke through the initial wave of Panthers on the special teams unit and just ran away. And as he got about to the 5-yard line.
So Jaton Williams is Latrobe Wildcat, Mr. Electricity, and Aiden Hudock is Franklin Regional's version of Mr. Electricity. I get it, but every year, man, every single year, Latrobe has 1 or 2 kickoff returns for touchdown.
It's a knack, and I don't know what you can do to explain it, because it's spanned different coaching staffs now. Obviously, Jason Maruco and now Ron Frady, but yeah, it's just something about they produce terrific kick returners, and we knew Williams was going to be a good player. He certainly has lived up to it so far through 2 games. And yet, as we continue plays of the week, we'll now look at the other side, and that's Franklin Regional, as it was the Panthers who ultimately prevailed in that game, thanks in large part to their defense and the running of Kyle Dupill. He scored twice in the second half, including the eventual game-winning scamper, with the one and only J.W. describing the scene.
This is only the 3rd possession offensively in the quarter, and the Panthers have had 2 of them, scored on the first one, and trying to get the lead for the second time tonight. 1st and 10 for the 31. Dupill hits it up in there. Comes to the near side. Dupill comes to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown. 31-yard touchdown jaunt by number 2-4. Kyle Dupill, and Franklin Regional gets the lead. Kyle Dupill's 2nd touchdown run of the quarter and 2nd of this season for Kyle. And it's now at the 146 mark of quarter number 3. FR takes the lead, 27-21. Bain on for the extra point to make it 7. Impressive drive with a capital I.
Breakout game for Kyle Dupill. He gets the game winner right there, and that's good stuff for Franklin Regional.
Give him the pill, right?
Give him the pill.
That's what they call the football sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Tell JW that. He'll like that.
Does he know that I call him JW to begin with?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
All right, well, I'll pass.
I'd like to think he does.
Okay. We conclude plays of the week on the college side as we shift to Seton Hill, and it was Cody Rubrek who provided, as I should say, plenty of highlights at Greensburg-Salem, and now he's doing the exact same at Seton Hill. The Griffins lost their opener, but his 4th quarter touchdown reception was a bright spot, with myself and Roger Downs captioning that video. Speaking of Landon, you have to wonder, what a play that was. And there goes Rubrek. Spectacular. He's still on his feet. Did he get in?
Yes.
A touchdown for Rubrek. Unbelievable play by Cody Rubrek. And there is his first of maybe many college touchdowns for the Griffs.
Yeah, picking right up where he left off for the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions.
Spectacular all around by Rubrek.
There you see on the replay, just a nice job.
Getting some blocking downfield.
Well, with his former head coach, now an assistant coach at Seton Hill, and Dave Kiefer, Cody Rubrek does what he did at Greensburg-Salem. That was pretty incredible. And Dan Day said coming into the season that we would see Cody. And after he did that, I wonder if we'll see more of them. We didn't see a ton of them in the first game, but he's only a freshman, true freshman. And so, you do something like that, you're going to catch the eye of your coaches even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, did not yield a result that the Griffins wanted. They came up short, but certainly some positives in terms of their true freshman, Cody Ruble. That'll do it for Plays of the Week.